It is now 7 p.m. We're going to go ahead and start the City Council meeting for August 19th. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Before we started, I just wanted to, we have Alderman Donnerworth has asked today to attend remotely via teleconference. This is allowed under the Open Meetings Act and specifically under Section 2-42 of the City Council's Rules of Procedure. He has a reason for which is personal illness, which is allowed under this, and will be allowed to participate as there is a quorum physically present, and he can hear and be heard. He can participate in this manner unless there is an objection from someone on the council. Does anyone object? All right, hearing none, Madam Clerk, you can continue with the roll call.
Alderman Florian.
Present.
Alderman Hayes.
Present.
Alderman Bolton.
Present.
Alderman Guzman. Alderman Martinez.
Present.
Alderman Felix.
Present.
Alderman Newsom.
Present.
Alderman Turner.
Present.
Alderman Donnerworth. Present. Mayor Taylor.
Present.
You have a quorum, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. The invocation will be given today by Bishop Anthony Johnson. Thank you.
Will all rise, please, in honor of the Lord. Heavenly Father, we come humbly before your throne of grace, thanking you, praising you, and glorifying your holy name for who you are, O Lord. We ask, O Heavenly Father, as we assemble here today, O Heavenly Father, that your Spirit, O Lord, will lead and guide, O Heavenly Father, this council, O Lord, and this meeting, O Heavenly Father. We pray for all those, O Heavenly Father, who are safekeepers, O Heavenly Father, over this city, fire department, the ambulatory services, and also the police department, O Heavenly Father, and all the hospitals in the surrounding area. We thank you, Heavenly Father, for their work, so Heavenly Father, and the skills that you've given them, and ask that this meeting be blessed, O Heavenly Father, and that it will be done, everything will be done decently and in order. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Again, thank you everyone for being here tonight. I just want to remind people who haven't been here or who don't know, we put out our agendas the Fridays before the City Council meeting so that you can see everything that will be voted on, different things that will be discussed. So please take advantage of that, and to find out where those agendas are, you can go to the city website at waukeganil.gov, and please be involved in your city government. We want you to know what's going on, and please take advantage of looking at those agendas. I'm going to start this evening off. We're going to do Chief Navarro updates us on the crime stats and what's going on in the city, so you can see or hear for yourself, you know, what is happening in the city, where the crime compares to last year. So Chief Navarro, would you please come up?
Thank you, Mayor. I'm going to talk briefly about our crime stats for the month of July of 2024. So our calls for service for the police department were 6,181 calls of service for service. That's 350 calls more than we had in 2023 for the same time period. We issued 838 state traffic citations, which is 115 more than what we issued in 2023. But what we did is we were able to get a state-funded grant, and through that grant, we had a speeding awareness program that we implemented for 5 days. We were able to devote officers, reference all the speeding issues, the complaints that we get citywide. So through that grant, we issued, just through that speeding awareness program, 280 speeding citations. Compliance citations that we issued was 1,432 for the month of July. Same time last year in July, we issued 2,523, which is a bit more. We arrested 169 adults in July of 2024. This time last year, during July, we arrested 215. Juvenile arrests are at 4. Last year was at 9. Firearms we seized for the month of July are 21. Last year, we seized 25. Year to date, we have seized 116 firearms. We do have a 411 tip app that's been more and more successful. There are more and more people using it, so we obviously appreciate it. We take all the anonymous information into account, and we proceed with our investigations accordingly. So if you have an Android or an Apple device, please download the Waukegan 411 tip app. Also, under the City of Waukegan's website, we do have a police blotter. That police blotter is updated bi-weekly, and that includes an activity summary of arrestees, the date, location, and information related to that arrestee, so you could see who we've arrested during that time period. I want to quickly touch on our school resource officers, because I know there's been a lot of questions pertaining to that. And I'm a person that seriously believes in community-oriented policing, and I know that they are an essential part of that because of what they do in our schools and what they do with our children in the schools. And believe me, we want to continue that partnership with the Waukegan Public Schools, and the mayor will be touching on that a little bit further as we continue. So thank you very much.
Hey, Chief, excuse me. Someone was coughed just as you were quoting the first set of statistics, the 6,000. Could you repeat that, please?
Yes. 6,181 calls for service, police calls for service. That's for 2024. 2023 is 5,830 for the month of July. You're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Chief. So I am going to make some remarks about the SRO. Last week, Waukegan School District 60 Superintendent Placentia sent out an email to all the families with children in the district addressing the district, stating that the district was starting the year off without Waukegan Police Student Resource Officers in the high school. I agree with Superintendent Placentia when she says that SROs help maintain safety and build positive relationships with students as they contribute to a safer and more connected school environment. I agree with everything Chief Navarro just said. This is precisely why I'm deeply frustrated that Superintendent Placentia waited until July 24th, 2 weeks before school started, to really open negotiations over the SRO contract. You can imagine contracts that involve police officers working in public schools are complicated because of the nature of their work, liability issues, training requirements, union representation, and the need to follow all applicable Illinois laws, including the Law Enforcement Officer Warren Body Camera Act. Over 2 years ago, the city notified Superintendent Placentia that moving forward, the city would ask the school district to pay a fair and equitable share of the city's costs to provide SROs in the schools. The city has asked the district to cover the salary and benefits of the Waukegan police officers for 8 months working in the schools, while the city has agreed to pay the liability insurance, workman's compensation, and the training for SROs. The staff, Police Chief Navarro, and the majority of the city council agree this is only fair. I'm troubled that the school district has made a blatant attempt to look like they care about the safety of students while they sat on this issue for over 2 years without any discussion or engagement. The communication that was sent to families in the district last week was sent for a specific purpose, to make the city of Waukegan look bad while questioning the city's commitment to student safety. Let me be very clear on this. Superintendent Placentia should understand the complexity of the situation, especially considering that Waukeganites are paying her over $300,000 annually. During her tenure, the tax burden from District 60 has continued to grow, and yet she has been unwilling to address the school security by providing our award-winning SROs with a fair and equitable contract. So for those here today who are upset and angry about the situation, join the club. I'm also very upset and angry. That said, we have to have an agreed-upon contract, and I'm willing to engage with a discussion with the superintendent at any time. Here's the bottom line. If the school district wants to take 2 police officers off of the streets to use in their district, while taking them off of the streets that all of you are asking for more police on the streets, then they must pay for their time, and they must pay fair and equitably. The school district must understand that our Waukegan police officers must follow all Illinois laws and the Waukegan Police Department policies, especially regarding body cameras. The SROs from our police department are sworn officers of the Waukegan Police Department. They report to the police chain of command and not to the school district. There has been a long history of Waukegan Public Schools not paying their financial obligations to the city within a reasonable and fair amount of time. We need a clear and written agreement with District 60 to pay its fair share of costs and pay them on time. We still have to pay our officers. So we are saying, pay us so that we can take care of them. This administration has focused on public safety since day one. That's why our police force has increased by 14%. I can't, in good faith, look at the residents and tell them we are taking 2 police officers off the streets without any fair and equitable agreement with the school district. That is basically, I've said all I'm going to say on this. I will hope that the school district will come and talk to the city about this rather than just sending out emails or talking to the press. This is something that we are willing to sit down and have a conversation about. But you can't meet with me in April when we've asked you all these months to meet and then not say a word until July 24th, right before school starts. So that's everything you've heard tonight is what you're going to hear the city's take on. Moving on to general comments. We had a very successful weekend of events. Our 24th annual Dandelion Wine Arts and Music Festival by the Waukegan Park District celebrated our hometown hero, Ray Bradbury. Art Walk was also full of art, music, and community that takes place the 3rd Saturday of every month. This is not just a one-time thing, it's every single month. In addition, Trinity Community Cares Fest, the Black Business Expo and Celebration, Afrofest, and our first ward cleanup sweep, to name a few. If you have any questions, please follow us on social media channels on our website, or you can go to Facebook, Instagram at City of Waukegan, and just follow us. We want to keep you informed. Speaking of clean sweep, in spring, we were prompting everyone's participation in the cleaning events held by our alderpersons, and they've stated they want it back again. So this time we're doing it on Saturdays, and each alderman gets a Saturday. I can't tell you how much joy it brings me to see all of this garbage get out of our city, and the amount of dumpsters that we're filling is incredible. So thank you to all the aldermen for setting up the dates. The dates of these are always on Facebook, our website. You hear me announce them. We put them out in e-news, but even though they're ward-specific, don't think that you can't take stuff. So if there's a Saturday that you can't go to the dumpster in your ward, you can certainly go to any of the other wards and take advantage of that. This weekend, Clean Sweep will be in the 4th ward from 8 to 12 at Sheridan and Water. And on September 7th, the 8th ward will have their clean sweep at 455 West Yorkshire, or York House Road, which is at Mid-Lane Country Club. In September, the city's excited to partner with Juntos, a Waukegan not-for-profit, to support the Mexican and Latin American Independence Day Parade in downtown Waukegan on Sunday, September 5th at noon. The parade kicks off on Washington Street, and for more information, you can go to juntosnfp.com. The festival that day is hosted by Puro Football. So the parade is by one group, and the festival is by another. Both of these organizations applied in January for permits and were granted those permits. There is only one permit for the parade and one permit for the festival. So those are the only people that can have those events. And since we are within 30 days of the event, no one can apply, and no one else has applied. So those are the people that you need to talk to. In collaboration with Public Works, used tires and electronic items can always be recycled, but are not accepted at curbside garbage pickup. So don't just throw them out at the end with your garbage day. Those things have to be sent to or taken to the Public Works Department from 8 to 3 Monday through Friday, excluding holidays, and the tires must be off the rims. If you want to get more information on that, you can visit waukeganil.gov/347/yard waste collection for further information. For those of you who may not know, COVID is on the rise again. So it's coming back more as a respiratory infection and being confused with the flu, RSV. You can go to your doctor and be tested to see if it's one of those three things. But by all means, take the COVID test. And if you're positive, please stay home. Don't go back out into the community or to work. Businesses are now you're going to start to see this in some of our businesses, and I'll show this to you. We are putting up no trespass signs so that people cannot just walk into any business that they feel like and loiter. So I will tear this off so you can see what it looks like, so you'll start to see this in some of the downtown. In English and in Spanish. So those are available through the city, and that is to make sure that they know that they cannot trespass and that they have a trespass agreement with the police department. Because one of the things that's happening is people will say this person is trespassing, but then they don't want to file a complaint. This way, we have it on file, and they've already set that up with the police. So you'll start to see those throughout the city and understand what they are. As of last Friday, August 16th, CDBG is offering the Micro Enterprise Small Business Grants. The application is available electronically on CDBG website, and the maximum grant is $25,000, and the business must create or retain at least one permanent full-time job to get the $25,000. Last but not least, remember the next city council meeting is on a Tuesday, and it's September 3rd because of the Labor Day holiday. And then we'll go back to Mondays, the following meeting after that. But don't forget that it changes because of Labor Day. And with that, I'll hand it off to Clerk Kilkelly for resolutions, proclamations, presentations, and appointments.
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, I do have a resolution tonight. It's Resolution 24R201, honoring the life of Fernando R. Shipley. Whereas Fernando R. Shipley was born on August 2nd, 1953, in Florence, Alabama. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley and his family relocated to Waukegan from Flint, Michigan when he was 5 years old. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley attended Andrew Cook Elementary School, Novak Elementary School, and Thomas Jefferson Junior High School, where his athletic prowess in track, basketball, and flag football were allowed to blossom, and attended Waukegan High School and North Chicago High School, where his basketball skills flourished before graduating in 1972. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley attended the College of Lake County and worked at the Lake County Health Department before becoming a Lake County Correctional Officer. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley was hired at the Waukegan Police Department in September 1979 as a patrolman and was recognized as the Waukegan Exchange Club's Patrolman of the Year, and also worked in the Waukegan Police Detective Bureau and Traffic Division before achieving the rank of police sergeant, later becoming the commander of the Juvenile Bureau. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley was appointed to the Lake County Major Crime Task Force and was promoted to police lieutenant and was recognized by the Waukegan City Council for his work on several high-profile cases. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley became the co-founder of the Waukegan chapter of Mothers Against Gangs, and whereas Fernando R. Shipley was elected to the Waukegan Community Unit School District 60 Board of Education in 2003 and served 2 years before becoming board president. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley retired from the Waukegan Police Department in 2004 and became an investigator for the state of Illinois Appellate Defender's Office and also worked several private security firms before retiring. Whereas Fernando R. Shipley received the Lake County Political Leadership Award, Most Influential African American Award, was twice nominated for Waukegan Police Supervisor of the Year, Waukegan School District 60 Appreciation Award, Black Diamond Community Service Award, and the 2019 Drum Major Award from the Waukegan Township. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley was a man of much professional success and a spiritual individual that was deeply involved in his community and his collaborations with community leaders like the late Reverend C.L. Fairchild, Reverend Robert Evans, Alderman Lucius Copeland, Alderman Frank Harris, Pastor Arthur Gass, Reverend Wallstone Francis, and State Representative Eddie Washington, among others, that led to numerous initiatives. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley was a mentor to many young men and worked tirelessly to bridge the gap between the community, families, and law enforcement, and his unwavering dedication to his community was a source of pride that always allowed him to remain connected to his roots on Waukegan's South Side. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley celebrated a 46-year marriage to Dr. Harlene Ricks and was a loving father and grandfather, because at the core of his life were his beloved family members who meant the world to him. And whereas Fernando R. Shipley left this world peacefully on the morning of Saturday, August 3rd, 2024, after a long and courageous battle with illness. Now therefore be it resolved that Mayor Ann B. Taylor and members of the City Council of Waukegan, Illinois, do hereby honor the life and legacy of Fernando R. Shipley for his selfless service to the community and love of Waukegan. Be it further resolved that a suitably embossed copy of this resolution, signed by the mayor and the city clerk, be presented to the family of Fernando R. Shipley on the 10th day of August, 2024, and then entered into the public record at the Waukegan City Council meeting on August 19th, 2024, dated this 10th day of August, 2024. Mayor, we have Mrs. Shipley here.
Do you want to have a roll call on the resolution?
Second.
Nope. Nope. And who's the second? And who was the first? Newsom, okay. All right. Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Nope, I'm sorry. Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
And Martinez, Alderman Felix.
Aye.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth.
Thank you. We've already presented the resolution, but I would like you to come up and be recognized because your husband was a phenomenal man, and so are you in our community. And I want you to come up and be recognized. Please, come.
Sign up for the public speaking time. Do you want a few minutes? Yeah, she needs a... Can I do my phone? Yes, you can. I didn't realize you were going to read it tonight, so...
I didn't realize you were going to read the resolution, so that threw me a little bit, or I would have had my family here. So I'm asking Ms. Fulton to read the statement that I had signed up for. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening. Thank you, Alderman Newsom, who, along with her husband, Attorney Tori Newsom, were one of the first ones to reach out to me when my husband, retired Police Lieutenant Fernando Shipley of the Waukegan Police Department, passed away. Thank you for your condolences. Thank you, Mayor Taylor and your husband, as well as Alderman Turner, Alderman Martinez, Alderman Donenworth, retired Waukegan Police Department City Clerk Kilkelly, and Chief of Staff George Bridges, who along with almost 200 others attended his homegoing celebration last week. Thank you, Chief Navarro, for having the police department draped in mourning and a gift of condolence and sit. Also, thank you for speaking at the funeral about your relationship with my husband and the influence he had on so many others. Chief Navarro, our family and friends also appreciate all the officers who attended and participated. The attendance of the Waukegan Honor Guard was special, dignified, and demonstrated the respect that Fernando so deserved. Lastly, thank you to Larnell Farmer and all the retired officers, as well as everyone else who either came to the funeral. I see Sabecki, Ms. Fulton, Mr. Wilson, Bishop Johnson, Mr. McIntyre, and Mrs. Carrasco, or those who have also reached out, the Vukovic's, Alderman Bowden, Mr. Edwards, etc., to honor Lieutenant Shipley, Mr. Fernando, one last time. Thank you.
Thank you. We just want to thank Dr. Shipley for coming. We know how difficult it is, but the fact that she was able to be here tonight and thank us after everything her husband has done for this city just shows you who the family is. So thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, that's a hard one. Item B, can I have a first and a second to a motion to reappoint Rebecca Solano to the Waukegan Library Board?
I'll make the first.
Okay. Alderman Turner was the first. Alderman Florian was the second. Any discussion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton.
Aye.
Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Alderman Felix.
Aye.
Alderman Newsome.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Can I have a motion to reappoint Robert Freeman to the Waukegan Library Board? I need a first and a second.
First.
Second.
First was Alderman Felix, second was Alderman Hayes. Okay, any questions to the motion? Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. And Mr. Freeman is here tonight, so could you please stand up for all the work that you do for our library? Thank you. Next, can I have a first and a second for a motion to reappoint Steve Bugg? I need a first.
First.
Alderman Hayes, second. Need a second.
Second.
Alderman Florian. Any questions to the motion? Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Mr. Bugg, would you like to stand up? Again, thank you very much for everything that you do, not only for the library, but everything you do in the community, because you're very involved in many other things, so thank you. Next, can I have a first and a second for the next appointment? I need a first.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, Alderman Florian, second was Alderman Hayes. Any questions to the motion? Okay. This is a motion to ratify the appointment of Becky K. Jones to the Waukegan Port Authority. So a little history, Becky came on 18 months ago to fill the spot when Billy McCaffey resigned. And so she's had an 18-month term, and now this will be her first full term, which is in the Port Authority. It's a 6-year term. So Becky's here. Would you like to stand up? And for those of you who don't know, Becky's in the Coast Guard and very committed, so she goes away quite a bit. She gets called a lot. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I will let people who have come to be appointed, if you'd like to leave, you can. Otherwise, please stay for audience time and the rest of the meeting. We would love it, but I understand if you have commitments. We're moving on to audience time. Madam Clerk?
Okay. I'm going to call the first 5 people. Please proceed to the east side of the room, line up so you're ready to go because we're under a 45-minute constraint. The first 5, you have 3 minutes, will be Ray Vukovic, Greg Mozio, Chuck Ruxtalis, Tamika Verchek, and John Seck. Ray Vukovic, Greg Mozio, Chuck Ruxtalis, Tamika Verchek, and John Seck. And let me get the timer going. You start as whenever you can, sir.
Yes, good evening. Kind of follow up, the mayor already talked about the school resource officers, and I made some comments last week at the school board meeting when I was notified by some staff members at the high school that there were not school resource officers this year. While my kids are long gone out of Waukegan High School, we still have a lot of contacts there. And, just to give a little history lesson, I sat up, well, not here, but in the old building for 10 years. I was involved in the mayor's office for 9. I spent 2 years on the school board, so I know intergovernmental agreements. And there's give and take on both sides, but you've got to negotiate. Now, it was quite telling last week that there was no discussion at the school board meeting at all. They started the school year without the officers, yet they were able to vote to send, at that meeting, they voted to send 3 school board members and the superintendent to Las Vegas for a conference. They voted to send 3 administrators, including the superintendent, to some conference. So money is I've said this to the school board, that in the 54-year history of District 60, they have more money than they've ever had. More. Quite honestly, the city has more money than they've ever had, just for a variety of reasons. But those school resource officers they provide a benefit to the schools and to the community. And I can remember as a brand new young alderman, sitting up on the council listening to one of the mayors roll out a street program, and I raised my hand and I said, Mr. Mayor, that's wonderful, but what good are new streets if they're not safe to walk on? That goes with the streets. School district is proud of all their capital projects, but if we don't have the officers in the school, we're 3 steps behind. So I would implore everybody to get together and let's work this out. Now, according to the school district website, they have a special meeting tomorrow night. It's closed session, but the exception they're meeting under is school security. So I'm hoping that they come to their senses. They're over here, you guys are over here. Common sense would put you guys a little closer to the middle. And you got to do it for the kids, because that's who's affected. It's the kids, and it's the people in the neighborhoods. And it's a good investment. If the school district doesn't want it, because I know last year there were a couple of board members that were hesitant, if they don't want it, they should just vote no and end all this. But it appears that there's a lot of need for it, and encourage you all to talk. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Greg Mozio.
Hello, and I was hoping I never had to come back, but I guess, when it becomes the children and kids, that's what brought me back about the SROs. A couple of things, Mayor, I don't know if this is maybe a poor analogy, but The hallways of the high school are the streets. Come on. They are the streets. And nobody gets more intel in Lake County than Brian Filatico. Why do I know that? I taught there 34 years. I sat up here 20 years. I know the intel that he gets. He gets intel for Zion. He gets intel for Warren. He gets intel for North Chicago. Why? Because he's built relationship with kids. That's invaluable. You cannot put a dollar amount on that. All the capital improvements over there, all the new furniture in here, that ain't going to save any lives. That's not going to influence any lives. Stop asking for $350,000. That's too much. Gurney has 5 SROs. They charge $98,000 an officer. We have 2. We want to charge $175,000 an officer. This cannot come down to money, in my opinion. That's petty. That's petty. When you have lives at stake. He has influenced more kids at that high school than almost maybe any teacher that I've ever seen. And for it to get to this, he said, she said, they didn't call me, they haven't called me, they haven't emailed me. That's ridiculous. I implore either you or Superintendent Placencia to call each other tomorrow. Get them back in there and free the negotiations on as you go. What are we going to say if something tragic happens in the next week and we haven't hashed this out? What are we going to say? Yeah, it's going to be that. It's going to be silence. Because there is no answer. The answer is put them back in there, figure out the working conditions, figure out the price, and save lives and influence lives in a positive manner. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Chuck Rextalis.
Good evening, everybody. Just made a comment on the Waukegan Port District. We appreciate the volunteers, but the aldermen have to understand if the airport expands, they acquire the forest preserve property and they charge the Waukegan taxpayers $186 million for this project. So whoever you're appointing to the board needs to really look at who's going to pay for this airport expansion. You guys pass things, put people on the board. It's great, but you need people that are living near that airport to be on this board. It can't be somebody outside the city with a Libertyville address. I know that's 9th Ward, but my take is we better be cognizant of the property taxes that are going to be levied once that airport is expanded. The mayor is in favor of it. So the second thing I had on here was you guys didn't adopt the resolution on the ceasefire. I would just say that I sent everybody an email saying you could adopt what the UN has gone through, adopt that resolution. Given October 7th, there were 1,189 deaths. Now in Gaza, there's been more than 40,000. I think that retaliation is a little much, and I think you're representing 90,000 people in Waukegan here. Your voice is important. Then the last thing I had was on the land use. You can integrate toxic chemicals into that UDO to make sure that you don't have asbestos being taken out of St. Therese Hospital and nobody's aware of it but the Illinois EPA. So I would suggest PCBs, ETO, coal ash, and asbestos as a start. And when are we going to have the Environmental Committee, Alderman Florian? Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Tamika Verche?
Verche.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm a homeowner in Waukegan in the 6th Ward, and I've been a resident of Waukegan since 2011. I'm a disabled vet, and I'm a federal employee of 21 years, and I'm an investigator right now. I pay my taxes and everything like that. We've been having problems in our ward. I live at 823 West Grove Avenue on the corner, and there's been a problem with the sewer line backing up into this residence. This has been an ongoing issue for plenty of years, according to the residents. There are seniors that's, long-term residents and seniors that's been there for quite some time, of my neighbors that tell me, every time it rains, they get water back up, but I'm getting it horrible because my residents are sitting on the corner. If this is an issue, and as it seems to be, I would like some prevention of the sewer backups, like maybe the sweeping around the sewer lines, maybe, get some type of confirmation if you guys have come over there and even looked at the line. I have a claim with the city right now. I shouldn't have to go through my insurance company. The last report that I got, I bought the house in November of 2022. The report that I got from the city that the water backed up was May of 2022, which also means that the previous owners didn't even disclose this information. So that's a whole nother issue that I have to deal with that I should not have to deal with. And if this is on record that this has been a problem with the city, then I would like you guys to be transparent and let me know, let me know what are you guys planning to do? Is there something going on there? Because not only did I get back up, plenty of my neighbors did as well, but I just got it the worst. I have videos, I have everything from the time Public Works came out, all the way until they left. They came out, they rotted, they came out, they rotted, and as soon as they rotted, it stopped. But then I was told, oh, well, if it didn't stop, then it's your problem. And I'm like, well, it did stop, so it's your problem. I pay my taxes. I'm a great citizen. I've been providing public service for quite some time, and I just want some type of resolution. I've been waiting for my claim now. It's been a little bit over a month from the city, and I'm still waiting to hear something, and I deserve to hear something. All right? Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. John Seck.
Hello, my name is John Seck. I'm a resident of Waukegan, past veteran, and I have a ceasefire comment. On the ceasefire, I had called my alderman, and he wanted me to come down here and say my thoughts. If our Congress people, our president, tell us we are supposed to do this, Waukegan cannot go against the United States. If we do, when they come through with, let's see, tax allocations, revenue sharing, road funds, education, Waukegan will be remembered if we are against the United States. That's my thoughts on that one. I was supposed to talk, excuse my voice, I was supposed to talk July 1st, and everybody knows that's when there was a tornado warning. We were cut early, but it was a debacle here. People yelling, screaming, ceasefire, shame on you. I'm proud of you. We did not approve it, and I don't think we should approve it. And the other thing about the crowd of people that left here yelling in the hallway, in the lobby, and a city rep from Waukegan came up to me and said, "Sir, can you walk down the stairs?" I said, "What do you mean? There's no problem. If you go down the stairs, you're behind a police line. You can exit the building with no problem." That should not happen at our city hall. Okay. So it's my voice, it's not my emotion. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. The next group will be the Waukegan High School booster, Rayon Edwards, Edward Sillis, Anthony Johnson, and Margaret Carrasco. Waukegan High School booster, Rayon Edwards, Eduardo Celis, Anthony Johnson, and Margaret Carrasco. Okay, who's doing the booster?
Guess I'm
Okay.
boosted. Hi, my name is Lisa Goldstone, and I am the parent of a lifelong student here in Waukegan. He will be starting his junior year. And as I stand here, I kind of reflect on how many different activities our park districts and whatnot have. And the one thing that strikes me is that most of those programs end when these kids are 12, sixth grade, going into middle school, at a most critical time where we lose them to gangs, to drugs, and to mental health challenges. So what my colleagues and I are here to do is to find out what we can do together to bring a positive view back to Waukegan and to generate the respect that we sometimes don't get while we're on the field because we're from Waukegan. And we need to change that. It's disheartening to the children, it's disheartening to the parents, and we want to bring back some community spirit and some pride. We'd also like to celebrate their achievements, and that's part of the reason that we're here. We want to put our senior athletes on the poles out here on Genesee and on Washington, and we're not getting any traction. And we don't know who to contact, and the people that we are speaking with are secretaries, thank you, all your secretaries, but we're not getting any traction and no one's really hearing us. And so what we'd like to do is find out what we can do to promote these positive values, how we can engage the community. And I mean, if they can see it, they can be it. And we want them to see their faces. We want them to know that they can accomplish things in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade that will move them into their high school career in a positive fashion instead of, with how many things do we talk about tonight, in a negative way. And I think it's critical that we get your support and that you give us the people that we need to speak with to make this happen. So please, no, I'm good. Hi, we'll talk. So, does anybody else?
Basically, that's it. We just really want to shine a light on Waukegan. Everybody, every game we go to, everything we do, we get a negative. You're from Waukegan. When other teams come to our fields, to our schools, we don't have the same things. When you walk downtown Libertyville, you know that they are the Wildcats. You know that they are supported by their community. And we would like to see a little of that in our community. We want to get, instead of every storefront, we go and see vaping ads, we see liquor ads, we see all kinds of things. And instead, we would like to see that we have Waukegan Bulldog pride, and we are backing them and supporting them, and let everybody in the community know.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Mr. Rayon Edwards.
Good evening, Council. Booster Club, before you guys leave, I appreciate you guys coming out speaking tonight. But let's also speak at these school board meetings and talk about literacy. Because our kids are not reading, and like we asked in the district, the city to put up signs to be proud of Waukegan, our students are. Y'all allowed them to lower the credits to 17, and I don't see nobody from the Booster Club calling this board out. So the next school board meeting, I hope to see you guys there. Thank you so much. Council, to you guys. Mayor, that was so disgusting to you as you're talking about the SROs. It's disgusting. $350,000? When you put an officer in each one of those schools, they are protecting over 2,000 students in each school. You understand what I'm saying, right? So when the kids are in school, you have less activity going on in the community, right? What is 2 officers off the street gonna stop? You got 150 of them, baby, and they still killing. They still robbing. What is they doing? I've been begging y'all to have them ride down 10th Street. Today a man got stabbed. Today a man got stabbed. Thank God North Chicago police was out there, and he was a Navy vet, and he was able to stop him, because if he wouldn't have, he would have bled to death. But your officers wouldn't know that, because I have a hub over there. I'm over there every day. They may ride past once in 5 hours. I've called you, Chief. I've left messages. I said, hey, man, let's sit down. Let's talk. Let me see how I can help. No call back. No nothing. Zero. You got your chief of staff. He's on the Atmount Foundation board. Epic fail, Anthony, talking about the SRO. We're supposed to be talking about black young men. Black young men we got from pre-K to high school, through high school. Not even 2,000 black students. Not even. So the chief of staff wanted you to talk about it because everybody watches my Facebook. And honey, they trashing you. They are dragging you in the most profound way because you are playing with our babies. But you protect it because you say on a certain side of the line. You ain't worried about it. And to everybody that has this doubt, when he said that Gurnee have all these officers, all of them Gurnee residents don't pay for that. Taxpayers. Crime don't have no boundaries, y'all. None. Zero. When I told you your chief of staff shouldn't be on these non-for-profit boards because they look real nasty and sticky, what do it look like him calling the previous mayor, Sam Cunningham's cousin, to ask her husband to come work for him? That is desperate. It's disgusting, and it makes my stomach hurt. And Sylvia Bolton, unfortunately, dear, I love you as a person, but you are a horrible representation of the First Ward. Horrible.
Thank you, sir.
And you need to
Thank
move her
you.
off that finance committee.
Mr. Eduardo Celis, please. Thank you. Mr. Eduardo?
Buenas tardes.
Good afternoon.
It's going to be 6 minutes or 3?
3 minutos.
Okay. Es vergonzoso para mí.
Repita lo que dijo.
Es vergonzoso para mí
It's an embarrassment for me
estar hablando de esta situación.
to talk about this situation.
Pero quiero aclarar unas cosas que se dijeron
But I want to make clear some things that were
en la
said
reunión pasada
in the last meeting
por Margaret Carrasco.
by Margaret Carrasco.
Quiero comenzar dándole una advertencia
I want to start by giving her a warning
que Margaret está promoviendo un desfile
that Margaret is promoting a parade
sin permisos,
without
sin apoyo,
permits,
sin licencias, sin
without permits, without licenses,
para que tengan cuidado la comunidad.
so the community is aware.
También está hablando de mi placa.
She's also talking about my plaque.
Dice que yo soy un sheriff.
She's saying that he's a sheriff.
Y realmente no, aquí está mi placa, es una placa de primeros auxilios de ministro.
And it's not, it's a plate that is
First responder minister.
first responder minister.
Tengo otra cosa, tengo el certificado de ULC.
He wants to say another thing. He has a certification from ULC.
En México, las personas que celebran matrimonios
In Mexico, the people who celebrate weddings,
se les llaman jueces.
they're called judges.
Por eso es que me llaman juez.
That's why they call him a judge.
Margaret Carrasco
Margaret Carrasco,
me acusó frente de ustedes
she called me in front of you guys
que yo solicito menores para tener sexo. Ya sé.
that he's asking for minors to have sex.
Eso es mentira,
And that's a lie.
porque no existe nada en la corte que me culpe.
Because there's nothing in court that calls me guilty.
Mandó cartas a mi trabajo
She sent letters to my job
pidiendo que me despidan porque soy indocumentado.
asking for my fireman because I'm undocumented.
También a la Suprema Corte,
In the Supreme Court,
pero aquí está mi green card.
but there's his green card.
Me acusó de hacer fraude con visas.
She accused me of being fraud doing visas.
Yo trabajo para una corporación que se llama Nueva Era.
I work for a corporation called Nueva Era.
No es
New
mi
Era.
oficina,
It's not his office.
nada más trabajo para ellos.
I just work for them.
Y ella conoce al dueño.
And she knows the owner.
Para terminar,
To end,
quiero decir
I want to say
que todos conocemos a Margaret.
that we all know Margaret.
Tiene problemas mentales.
She has mental issues.
Margaret,
Margaret,
quiero decirte esto frente a frente.
I want to tell you in front of you,
Discúlpame por hacerte quedar como un payaso,
I apologize to make you look like a clown,
pero se tenía que decir
but it had to be said
porque tú te lo buscaste.
because you asked for it.
Aquí tengo todas las pruebas.
And he has proof.
Si la quieren ver,
Do you guys want to see it?
déjenme saber.
Allá lo quieren que lo pasen.
También tengo
He also has
una orden de la corte
an order from court
que se llama
that it's called
Stalking Not Contact Order.
stalking and contact order.
¿Por qué?
Because
En las redes sociales
in social media,
se la pasa hablando puras mentiras.
she's always talking lies.
Por eso no quiero que hable de nadie de mi corporación.
I don't want her to be talking about my
Y
corporation.
todo es porque nosotros somos los dirigentes del desfile de este año.
And all of this is because they're the ones driving the parade for this year.
También quiero decirle algo a Kit.
He also wants to address Keith Turner.
Tú eres un hombre muy inteligente.
You're a very smart man.
Aléjate de Margaret,
Stay away from Margaret.
porque al final
Because at the end,
va a terminar haciendo contigo lo de todos.
she's gonna end up doing what she does to everyone at the end.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much. We're going to move on here. May I have Anthony Johnson, please, sir? Pastor?
Good evening, everyone. I come today with good news. I have been before the council last year or in the beginning of this year speaking about our streets on 11th Court in Waukegan. We had one-third of the street looked like down south back in the day. You know, no curves, no paved streets, bad ADA, sidewalks, etc. And I was very discouraged with the city for allowing this area to be like that for over 10 years. But when I came to the city council and brought this before you all listened. I don't know who listened. I don't know how many took this under consideration, voted on, or however it comes about getting it done. But the people on 11th Court wants to thank the city council for hearing our cry, for starting the work. Last week, I got up and I saw that they were removing the old ADA sidewalks and had started making a way for new sidewalks in that area. So I want to thank the city council for listening to the people of Waukegan in Precinct 391, First Ward. And I want to give a special thanks to Chris Garland and Marvin Coleman of Public Works for their input in making this change and making Waukegan a beautiful place to live in. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Margaret Carrasco.
Great. Good evening. Tonight, my words will address both the statements made by the mayor tonight and the second, community concerns. Tonight, Mayor, you displayed the no trespassing stickers. Do you have one outside of your office? Because you don't let Waukegan residents who pay taxpayers have access. You hide under your desk. You're afraid of us. The next, tonight it was stated that in Waukegan in September this year, we have, first of all, Anne's Parade, which she mentioned and promotes constantly, and no one went last year. It was pitiful. And then you have the community celebration, as we have done for the past 20 years and will continue to do it. Actually, there's 7 other events besides your boring little parade, okay? And in regards to permits, they have events and parties, huge parties, in the 9th Ward, in River Road area, without permits all the time. So why is there a different criteria for minorities? Why didn't the city have on their Facebook page about the First Ward dumpster? When in comparison, when the 8th and 9th Ward have it, you promote it multiple times. Mayor, you're jeopardizing, as was stated tonight, the lives and safety of Waukegan students, teachers, and staff because of money. But at the same time, you stated last year that you were not going to have all the city staff attend the ward meetings because you said it was too costly. However, this past weekend, you had 12 city officials at the 4th Ward Community meeting. Chief of Staff, Commander Valco, another cop, Director of Public Works, Superintendent of Public Works, Director of Public Relations, Assistant Director of Public Relations, 3 code officers, the Fire Battalion Chief, 1 engineer, etc., 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 all being paid overtime, comp time. That alone would have paid for the resource officer over at the high school. But this just shows where her priorities are. She doesn't care about Waukegan kids. She only cares about Libertyville and her little area. That's why her husband meets every month separately with all those really rich people. And all the other Waukegan residents, they call and you never respond. You hide, you don't answer the phone. Your secretary doesn't answer the phone. Well, we're ready, honey.
Okay, that's 10. I thought, were there more? No? Okay. Oh, okay. Yep.
One person spoke.
For all the others, okay. Okay. Aldermen need a break, or can we go straight into business? Okay. The consent agenda. Can I have a first and a second on the consent agenda?
So move.
Second.
Alderman Martinez, second was Alderman Newsome. Any questions to the motion? Okay. Item A, a motion to approve the regular meeting minutes from Monday, August 5th, 2024. Item B, a motion to approve and ratify the regular payroll dated August 9th, 24, in a total amount of $2,033,844.37. Item C, a motion to approve and ratify miscellaneous payroll dated August 9th, 2024, in a total amount of $77,111.08. Item D, a motion to approve vendor payments dated August 19th, 24, in the amount of $3,355,446.30. There being no questions to the motions, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. On to new business.
Can I make a motion, we omnibus?
Okay, Alderman Florian, and second was Alderman Newsome. Is there anything that anybody wants to pull out?
Yes, ma'am. I have several.
Okay. Pull out QRS. Alderman Florian and Alderman Newsome.
I'll second it.
Anything else that you wanted to pull out, Alderman Turner?
Yes, ma'am. You might want to just read through them all because I'd like to pull out item A, item C, item D, item F, item I, item K, item P.
Read them all.
Thank you.
Okay, item A first and second.
So moved.
Okay, Alderman Florian and Alderman Newsome. Item A, a resolution approving the procurement of portable restroom rentals for an amount not to exceed $50,000 per Section 2-454I7, good faith favor, waiver. Any questions to the motion?
Yes, ma'am. A question is good faith waiver. This is becoming all too common practice that we waive the bid procedure. This is a $50,000 nut, and I'm certain there are other corporations or companies that can provide portable restroom facilities, and we need to be looking at them, providing them an opportunity to bid on this contract. So that's my objection. And
We're currently using this company.
Yeah, we're currently using them. It would take more to have them take them away and then bring them back. but
We don't know that because we didn't bid on it, so that's my objection.
Yes, you're correct, Alderwoman Newsom. That is correct. We're currently using them, but also our public relations use the same company for their different events. So it's going to exceed the $25,000, and that's to exceed an amount not over $50,000 because they know it's going to be over $25,000.
What is the purpose of having a bid process and procedure? It's so that others can have an opportunity to bid on government contracts, and it minimizes the potential for inappropriate assignment of monies or contracts. It's important that we follow these procedures and do bids. I mean, we getting as we go through this, you're going to see there's numerous, I think 5 or so, where we're doing good faith waivers. I understand that there's a reason for having the good faith waiver, but it should not be a regularity and a common practice. You call for the vote.
okay. I don't believe it is a common practice, but these were already there, and we're not removing them and bringing them back. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
No.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Mayor Taylor.
I don't vote on that. It's not a tie, right?
Just for procedural purposes, a good faith waiver requires 2/3 of the corporate authorities. The corporate authorities includes the mayor. You don't have to vote, but it would require seven votes, yes. So there were 7 affirmative votes, so your vote was not necessary. Under law, the mayor does generally not vote unless her vote is necessary. A little inside baseball for you.
Motion passes.
Item B, I need a first and a second.
So moved.
Alderman Florian, a second.
Second.
Alderman Hayes. A resolution approving an HVAC upgrades to the Clayton County parking garage by Armando's Heating and Cooling for a not-to-exceed amount of $80,000 per Section 2-458 I-7, and this is another good waiver, so I'm sure you've got questions, Alderman Turner.
I don't have any questions, Madam Mayor. I will state that for the same reasons as I previously stated on the previous motion, I object to this commonality of issuing good faith waivers. My vote is going to be no. You can call for the vote now if you like.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton. Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
No.
Donnerworth. Motion pass.
Okay, thank you, Madam Clerk. Item C, a resolution, I need a motion, a first and a second.
So moved. I second.
Alderman Florian, and second was Alderman Bolton. This is a resolution approving the cleaning of a tunnel for the water plant from Lindell Marine Contractors, Inc. for a not-to-exceed amount of $96,250 per Section 2-458. It's a good faith waiver. I gather that's your only discussion, Alderman Turner, that just the fact that it's a good faith waiver.
Yes, ma'am. As
So-
a matter of principle, I cannot vote for this
Okay,
line
roll
item.
call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
No.
Donnerworth.
Aye.
Motion pass, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam. Item D, I need a first and a second.
First.
Alderman
Second.
Hayes, second. Alderman Florian. This is a resolution approving the construction of a garage at the lakefront by Onan for a not-to-exceed amount of $44,700 per Section 2-458 I-7 good faith waiver. Director Garland, did you want to talk about this or not? You're good? Okay, come on up and talk about what this garage is and what it's for and the fact that it's an awesome price.
It's the garage being built for storage of equipment from the Lisa's, I forgot what she called, the Rangers. Yeah, the Beach Rangers. So it's equipment from the Beach Rangers. It's also ATVs and some other equipment from the police department that's going to be stored in this garage.
So there's nothing that can come close to this, and this is a local business. So that's why they were chosen when they came in with an awesome price. So that's why the price is what it is, or what the good faith waiver is. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Ma'am, if I can may, this is the fourth in a row good faith waiver. We don't know if the price can be beat because we didn't bid it. And it being just because it's a local company doesn't give them preference under the law and being equal and providing equal opportunity to every business. This should have gone out to bid. And again, as a matter of principle, I cannot support this. Thank you.
Alderman Florian.
Yes, for this project, Public Works contacted one of their joint purchasing contractors, but the site plans were not to spec, and the contractor would have needed to hire an architect, which would have increased the cost by at least another $10,000 and pushed the project back further.
Correct.
And that's what should have been done, so it would have been on the record that it was actually bid out. This is not a bid. This is a good faith waiver of the bid, of the bidding process. You're denying others an opportunity. Even if you went to one guy, you should have went to 3 or 5 or allowed others to have the opportunity. That's my point. But thank you all very much. You know my position. You can call for the vote.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
No.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Can I have a first and a second on item E?
First.
Alderman Felix, Alderman Martinez. A resolution executing an ordinance for maintenance covenant for private sanitary sewer facilities for 4378, 4382, 4386, and 4390 West Forest Avenue. And it says a Gurney address, but it's actually in the 9th Ward. Any questions to the motion? It is a Waukegan, in the city of Waukegan.
Yeah. What's the cost on this is not shown here?
I can explain this one really quickly. This is a subdivision agreement that is, this is related to a subdivision on Forest Avenue that, due to its configuration, will not drain normally down to the sanitary sewer. So as a component of allowing them to subdivide and build houses, each of these homes under our code has to have its own lift station, basically a kind of a sump pump for sewage. And what these covenants do is they don't put any obligations on the city. They put the obligations on the developer and then the eventual owners to sign an agreement that says that they are responsible for maintaining these pumps, and if they don't, we have the right to go in and fix them so the homes don't get flooded by sewage. We have the right, but not the obligation. So that's, and the only reason that we put this on here is because we are signing it as a consent, basically. We are consenting to this.
Outstanding. Thank you for the explanation, Stuart.
Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item F, can I have a first and a second? Alderman Newsome, can I have a second to?
Second.
Alderman Florian. A resolution approving the award of the FY 2025 alley program to Chicagoland Paving Contractors, Inc. for a not-to-exceed amount of $500,000. So you heard the gentleman talk about how his street got done. We have a whole list of things that we're doing that you can see on the website. So that was already planned. It didn't change because he came to council. It was already on the plan to be done. And that's how this is. The alleys that will be done are going to appear on our website so that I think it's already on there, actually, so that people will know what the alley program is and what's getting done.
So did this go out to bid?
I'm sorry, didn't,
Was it bid? Because it doesn't mention anything about a bid or anything to that
those,
effect.
yeah, those are sent to bid.
They went out to bid.
Okay. And they were, do you recall how many bids were received?
It's in the packets. I want to say 4 or 5.
Okay, thank you.
It's in your packet, and it was discussed at the Alderman briefing. Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item G, can I have a first and a second?
First.
That was Alderman Hayes, second Alderman Newsome. A resolution approving a one-year renewal of cardiograph through OpenGov for an amount of $110,000. Any questions to the motion? Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton. Martinez.
Aye.
Felix. Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you. A first and a second for item H.
So move.
Second.
Martinez, second was Alderman Florian. A resolution approving the North Bay filter improvements for the water plant by Baxter and Woodman for a not-to-exceed amount of $3,949,500. And this was Section 2-458, Professional Services. Any questions to the motion?
Yes, ma'am. Baxter and Woodman get a lot of work from us. I wonder, was this line item bid out as well?
Antonio, you want to answer that one? Oh. Is Stu answering?
Is this the Baxter and Woodman one?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a design-build contract, and so this, this actually falls under professional services, and Baxter and Woodman has a specific familiarity with our water plant, so under state law, this is an exception that basically is, if you have an engineering and design firm that has a specific familiarity with your facilities, you're allowed to go with them because the concept is that they have a higher understanding and will save money that way.
Thank you, sir. Call for the vote.
Okay, roll call, please.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you. Item I, can I have a first and a second?
First.
Alderman Martinez, second.
Second.
Alderman Hayes. A resolution approving the replacement of multiple traffic boxes throughout the city by Kelso Burnett for a not-to-exceed amount of $149,211 per Section 2-458I good faith waiver. Director Garland, you want to come up?
This is
If
the
I'm-
fifth good faith waiver on this agenda.
If I'm not mistaken, aren't they exclusive to this?
Correct. They are due for this. They did go out to bid. Can you hear me? They're traffic boxes. Like, for instance, down on the lakefront, the boxes that control the lights and all the different components.
You said that something they are good for this or exclusive, nobody else does them.
Nobody else does them. They do them. One company wanted us to get an engineer to scope out everything that needed to be done. So it was time restraint, so we needed to try to get these done, and we reached out to them.
It's all in your packet. You can read it. Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Aye.
Turner.
No.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Item J, can I have a first and a second?
So moved.
Alderman Florian, second.
Second.
Alderman Newsome. A resolution approving change order number 1 with Lake County Grading Company for the Fan Steel Soil Remediation Project. Any questions to the motion?
How much is this going to cost us?
It's a grant.
So just to give some background on this, you guys approved the original scope of work on this. There's a $400,000 IEPA brownfields grant that the city received specifically for this work. The original bid came in at, I think, $255 or $265. That actually allowed the engineer, our environmental consulting engineer, to look at this site and identify some additional work that could be done, and went to the contractor who's doing the work and asked them for a price on this. That's why it's a change order. We didn't think that we'd be able to actually get this extra work in within this scope for this price. So zero cost to taxpayers. This is paid for by grant, and we're getting more of the site cleaned up than we expected. This is a good deal.
Right.
Unless you want to object to it.
Well, I just want to point out that even if it's a grant from another government agency, it's funded by tax dollars, but you can call for the vote. Thank you. And thanks for the explanation, Stuart.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Item K, can I have a first and a second?
So moved.
Alderman Newsom, a second? Second?
Second.
Alderman Martinez. Resolution approving and authorizing an intergovernment agreement with the City of Park City concerning the city's holding facility.
So I know what this is, Mayor. It's basically that the Park City Police Department affects and arrests the prisoner will be transported and housed in the Waukegan lockup or jail. I wanted to bring awareness to this, or question it, because it's another intergovernment agreement. And I looked through the packet, or the attachments. I didn't see any reference to any dollar amount being charged to Park City for this. But we just discussed the SROs being charged. You want to charge $350, whatever it is, some monies in exchange for services of SRO officers, but no monies, apparently, there's a question, for services provided to Park City in terms of having innumerable officers process, hold, monitor, transport Park City prisoners.
Park City pays for everything.
Yeah.
I didn't the paperwork that I saw. How much? How
Yes,
much? How much are they paying now? How much? How much are they paying? That's what I'm asking, Edie. No, so they don't pay. I did read the
Mayor,
packet.
can we
There's
have
no
maybe
money
the
mentioned. Is
chief
there any money
explain it?
mentioned in the contract
yeah.
or the agreement?
Chief Navarro, do you want to explain it, or do you want Chief Bridges to explain it?
I can provide some input. So with the city of Park City, we whenever we need something as well, they're a smaller agency, they do provide services for us. So many times, if we don't have an interpreter that's working, they'll send over a squad with a usually Spanish speaker to assist us. Whenever we have an issue that's near their border and it's a major crash, they'll come over and assist us also with traffic issues or to block traffic off. Whenever we have a major incident, they listen up to our radio channel. We don't always have to call them over. They'll actually voluntarily come over to assist us because they know we've had a major incident. They only have a couple of officers working per night, but they do help us with what they have.
And just to if you'd like, I can go through kind of the obligations of the agreement if you'd like.
No.
Okay.
I understand collaboration and partnership, and I applaud that. My concern is, my question is I looked in to read these things, and I hear this discussion about the SROs, intergovernment agency or agreement. You have one type of agreement with one government body and another, at cost, and then no cost for another. So
it depends what it is. Like we do service for
we don't
water
have to
and everything.
We don't have to belabor the point. I just want to raise the question. We can call for the vote.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Alderman Newsom, vote.
Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnaworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. First and a second to item L.
First.
Alderman Turner, second was who? Alderman?
Second.
Oh, Alderman Newsom, sorry. A resolution authorizing the procurement of IT professional services from SureTech Staffing during fiscal year 24-25 in the amount not to exceed $100,000. So what this is you've probably heard me talk about this before, this is for, the GIS is a mess. And some communities do it through a GIS consortium, but you must have a city manager to be part of that consortium, which we are not classified as that. So since Ron is here, I'm going to let you take it over.
Evening, Alderman. Yes, because we don't have that situation and we do need to put our GIS program on track, and we do not have enough GIS trained people in our city, this is to pay for that expertise and grow ourselves into a good program. That's it.
Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton. Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnaworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item M, can I have a first and a second?
So moved. I second.
First, Alderman Newsom. Second was Alderman Bolton. A resolution approving an agreement with Invoice Cloud for electronic payment process services. A resolution approving an agreement with Invoice Cloud for electronic payment processing per Section 2-458, a joint purchasing. Okay. Any questions to the motion? Because it should have been in your packets. I mean, it shouldn't have been. It was in your packet. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnaworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item N, can I have a first and a second?
So moved.
Second.
Alderman Martinez, second Alderman Newsom. A resolution approving an agreement with InfraSend, Inc. for payment, printing, and mailing services per Section 2-458 I-3 joint purchasing. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnaworth. Motion passed.
Item O, can I have a first and a
So moved.
Newsom, a second?
Second.
A resolution approving a settlement and release of all claims for police department employee work. Oh. In an amount not to exceed $207,089.15. Motion.
This question, not this specific motion, but generally, many of these don't have any dollar descriptor, and some do and some don't. I'm just curious procedurally why that is.
Are we talking about the
Any of them.
InfoSend?
Yeah, so this is item O, and it has a dollar amount, $207,000. The preceding didn't, the next, so some do and some don't have a dollar amount describing what it's about.
And this actually came up at committee. So for Invoice Cloud and InfoSend, the amount is basically, we are paying them a rate for each bill that goes out. And so the amount that is actually being spent depends on the amount of bills that we send out. So it's not a fixed amount. And so basically, these are being approved in accordance with the rate schedule that they send. They're not, the finance department is not asking for a specific expenditure. It's just to enter into these contracts at these rates for these services as needed.
And all those rates are in your packet, and, so those, that's why those don't, but this one is a settlement claim, so there's always a dollar amount.
Thank you.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed, ma'am.
Item P, first and a second.
So moved.
Okay, Alderman Newsom and Alderman Florian, first and second. An ordinance adopting an amendment to the annual budget and supplemental appropriation ordinance for the fiscal year May 1st, 23. I think, does everybody know what this is? I think it was all brought up in Aldermanic briefings.
Yes, but I have questions.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I'd like to hold it over, and I spoke with Alderman Guzman by phone, who can't make it to the meeting tonight, obviously. He'd like to hold it over as well.
It's saying we took in more money than we spent. Why would we hold that over?
May I ask
Yes, he can. Alderman Bolton.
Yes, so yeah, we are informed during our briefings as well as our committee, but I had asked a question for the listening ear of our constituents, and Stu, if you could elaborate, I was asking the question, is this additional money for our infractions? And also explain, is this an overrun? So if you could explain for our constituents.
Okay, so
appreciate it.
we have a, just to kind of be a procedural stickler here, we have a motion to hold over. The motion to hold over unfortunately interrupts other business. And so if there is no objection, it will be held over for 2 weeks. If there's an objection, you would need 2/3 to overrule.
I would like to object and try to get 2/3 to override it. We're taking in more money than we spent. We should be up here celebrating this.
Yeah, exactly. We're celebrating it. So here's the deal. We just passed the budget in 24-25. So that's the budget we're under. We're going to add this money that magically appeared from somewhere to last year's budget. Right? However, a week and a half ago, we got an email that said there's money left over. There's extra money for the roads program. Why don't you guys pitch if you want some more roads done? Well, everybody said, I did. Hey, I want another road done, right? But then now we got this magic money that appears that has to go into last year's budget. We're 3 months into the new year's budget. We passed that budget the beginning of May, and now we're the month of May, June, July, and 3 weeks into the month of August, and you're talking about giving money to that budget. And you're going to spend it on something rather than replacing the $7 million that the mayor took from the rainy day fund to quote-unquote balance a budget. So
that is not true.
unhappy people say unhappy things.
Money from the rainy day fund.
Where'd the money come from? The $7 million. You had a $638 million budget.
Had money that was extra, and we used it. Mr. Schultz, would you like to come up and see if you can explain this to him? Because I think he doesn't really understand the budget, and I think we've been
I
through
understand the
pro-
budget. I understand you claim to balance a budget when you took money from somewhere else.
We legally can't
did.
spend the rainy day money. We legally can't.
So, Don?
It's pretty typical that once the fiscal year ends, we go back and you make adjustments, if you reconcile your revenues and expenditures. What we found when we look back at last fiscal year was a large increase in revenues compared to budget. We want to recognize that. So we were asked to recognize the revenues that came into the general fund greater than we anticipated. Ordinarily, when we come before the council for a budget amendment, it's because we had unbudgeted, unforeseen emergencies that came up, and we need extra money. That's not what we're asking for. Or it's because there was an economic downturn and revenues came in less than budgeted. We had to make adjustments to the budget. We're not making that claim either, or that request. Instead, we're amending the general fund revenues to the tune of about $10 million more than we budgeted. It was a good year, revenue-wise. In terms of expenditures, we're not looking to spend any more. We're coming in $2.8 million under budget from last year. We do want to recognize some expenditures. One, we had an opioid settlement for $219,000 in revenue, and the fire department spent $66,000 of that on opioid-type projects or training for their firefighters. A lot of the paramedic training can be spent using the opioid money. So we want to recognize the receipt of the $219,000 and the expenditure of the $66,000 of the opioid. Video gaming tax. We pledged that we would put 100% of video gaming tax to the police pension and the fire pension. And we recognize that within the fiduciary fund. But you also have to recognize that within the police department and the fire department. So all we want to do is recognize the $700,000 for police, $700,000 for fire, and recognize the amount of their contribution to the pension fund. So that's what we're doing with this amendment.
So one of the things that I'll say, I'll make two comments here, is one, this staff has been amazing. We just sat down this last week. I make them report quarterly and meet with Don and I so that they are staying on budget. We used to have situations where one department would go way over and another department would have to sacrifice actually following their budget, and they would have to kind of lose their money to give to somebody else. Each department is responsible for their budget, and we sit down quarterly and make sure that those departments are on budget. We have never taken $6 million and created so we wouldn't have a deficit. Can you explain that one more time to Alderman Turner? I know we've explained this during budget meetings.
Oh, the $6 million that we talked about before. Total revenues, I think we budgeted about $238 million for the budget of $245 million. There's a $6 million difference. General fund is structurally balanced. Revenues are greater than expenditures for the year. Where the $6 million comes in is the special revenue funds or the capital project funds where we're spending money that's in reserve that we saved in prior years, and we're spending it in this year. That's where the $6 million is.
But it's not the rainy day fund.
Thank you. I misspoke. The reserve fund. Thank you for the correction.
Well, we're not looking to increase last year's budget. We've done amazingly well the last 3 years. Our general fund balance has been doubled in the last 3 years. Last year alone, in the general fund, we had our revenues were $13 million greater than expenditures. That allowed us to put $4 million in the fixed asset fund and $3 million in capital projects for streets, and still increase the fund balance by $6 million. So we're in good shape.
How do we end up with money left over in the road program?
Can I speak before he
The
does?
decision of the council and the mayor.
Yeah,
Sure.
thank you.
Alderman Florian.
I was asking to speak before he did. Anyway, isn't part of this problem because a budget is a guideline? We don't know exactly what we're going to spend or exactly what we're going to take in from month to month or year to year, correct?
The budget's a plan. It's an operating guide. It's not set in stone.
Exactly. And because you guys have been so diligent about making people stay on budget, and we've been lucky enough in some ways to get in more revenue, that's why we've
And your
had more.
departments are doing an amazing job staying within their budget.
Right. And now, what about the capital replacement fund? When you worked for the city of Waukegan before, did we ever have a capital replacement
Never had
fund?
the money to do one, no.
Okay, and now we've had one, this is our third year of having one, which means we've been able to order ambulances, snowplows, fire trucks without borrowing money, because in the past, we've had to borrow money for those things,
We've been giving
correct?
Public Works $750,000 a year for equipment and vehicles. Police Department, we're replacing at least 10 vehicles a year.
To keep them all new, so they're
department,
not all
equipment.
falling apart, right?
So we're spending all.
Expect to do that moving forward.
Yeah, we're spending a lot of money, but now we've got $3 million that came out of some what? How can we? You've got a budget. You've got income, right? Revenues coming in.
Right.
Why does it take more than 3 months for it to appear
I wasn't done yet, by the way, but
You're never
interrupt
done.
me like you
You're-
always
You're
do.
never done. Why does it take 3 months to get for it to show
Because
up?
checks take a while to come in.
Alderman has the
So it takes time at the end of the budget year to finalize all the checks that have been written. They don't get cleared the day they're written, number one. We don't always get the money from grants and the state and other places that comes in on the end of the budget. It trickles in a few, and it takes time to analyze all of that, and it has to be appropriated for the year it was meant to be counted in, correct?
Correct.
So you end the budget on May 1st, is it?
April 30th.
April 30th. It takes time for all of those numbers to roll in and for your staff to have time to appropriate the funds for the proper
But
year.
you're still spending money after May 1st that applies to the prior year.
Don,
If
you
it's
didn't know that?
The invoice is dated prior to April 30th, but we don't get the invoice until May 15th or June 1st. It goes to the prior year.
I would like to make a motion to override the holdover, by the way,
I have a
whenever that's
question
time.
before you make that move.
Alderman Bolton.
Thank you
surprised
so
Don
much.
didn't know that.
So just, I'm hearing you say, reflective listening, this is not an overrun.
It is
And I
not.
believe that he was given a definition and distinction between that.
It is not an overrun. We don't have overruns.
Okay.
An
Just
overrun
for
would
the
mean we-
hearing of the constituents that had asked me to ask that. Thank you so much.
That, if we had an overrun, it would mean we spent more than we had, and just the opposite. We took in more than we spent. So
Thank you.
it's just the opposite. For the first time in years, this city is in better shape financially than we've been in probably 45 years. And the reason is we now collect on things. There were a lot of things that we had not collected on in years. And we lost a lot of revenue of things. And so we are cleaning those things up and making sure that we get the money that we're owed, because our residents would like their streets done, they would like things done, and if you don't have any money and you're always broke, you can only bond so much. It's like taking out a mortgage. You can only take out so many mortgages before you're broke.
I
So,
have a young lady in the back of the room that has a no button, which she uses quite
yep.
severely at times. Our departments aren't allowed to go over budget. If they're over on a line item, they have to transfer the money from one line item to that line item to cover it. They're not allowed to go over.
All right, Alderman Guzman's going to be mad at me, but I'm going to withdraw my motion to hold over.
Okay. So, we had a first and second on that, did we not, Madam Clerk? On the P, on item P, the,
First and second, yeah.
okay. Did we not get a second, or we did?
You did.
Okay. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsom.
Aye.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passed.
Okay, item C, I'm sorry, Q, I don't know why I saw C, I put the line through it. First and a second, please.
I'll make the first.
Alderman Turner, a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Is this the one that you wanted to comment on, Alderman Bolton? No? Okay. Okay.
It was
Could I
concerned
make
with
a
P.
comment?
Yes, Alderman Hayes.
I believe this received a negative vote when it went through committee. Alderman Bolton,
Yes.
maybe I'm mistaken. I think this is in the first ward.
It is in the first ward, and I elaborated last week how there's many police calls, and there's a after-school program 4 doors down, a church across the street. It's there was a killing. Yeah.
Okay. I thought you had voiced some concern about this establishment being able to sell
I
alcohol.
did.
And I
Thank
just
you.
wanted to confirm that. Thank you.
Correct.
Okay.
So by seconding it, you're not saying you support it?
Correct.
Okay.
And that is allowed under Roberts.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
No.
Hayes.
No.
Bolton.
Definitely not.
Martinez.
No.
Felix.
No.
Newsom.
Nay.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion fails.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. Item R, a first and a second.
So move.
Alderman
Second.
Martinez,
Second.
second. Was it Alderman Felix that said second first, or?
Yeah.
Okay, Alderman Felix. An ordinance creating a Class C restaurant liquor license for Conchal Restaurant Corp. located at 1127 Washington Street. Any questions to the motion? Okay, roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Nay.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passes.
Item S, can I have a first and a second to the motion? I need a first and a
First,
second.
I'll make the first.
Alderman Turner is the first, a second.
Second.
Alderman Martinez. An ordinance creating an F1 packaged beer, wine, gasoline sales liquor license for MJ Energy, Inc., located at 1215 North Lewis Avenue. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
No.
Hayes.
No.
Bolton.
No.
Martinez.
No.
Felix.
Abstain.
Newsome.
Nay.
Turner.
Aye.
That was an aye.
Yes, aye.
Donnerworth. It fails.
Item T, can I have a first and a second to the motion?
Make the first.
Alderman Turner,
Second.
Alderman Martinez. An ordinance creating a Class C retail package sales liquor license for Derby, Inc., located at 2864 Washington Street. Any questions to the motion? Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Hayes.
Aye.
Bolton.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Felix.
Aye.
Newsome.
Nay.
Turner.
Aye.
Donnerworth. Motion passes. Alderman Florian.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I'd just like to remind everyone, as the mayor said, that my next dumpster will be on Saturday, September 7th, from 8 a.m. to noon at 455 West York House, also known as Mid Lane or Galway, right in front of the property there. It's usually where I have them when I have them on a Saturday. If you have any questions, just give me a call. We have the list out there of the things that are not accepted. I'd like to just voice my opinion on the SROs. I do feel bad that we have, this award-winning officer, Officer Filatico, that received a national award for his work in the schools, and we haven't been able to work something out. I do have some concerns because I think Alderman Hayes and I are the only ones up here that represent other school districts. I have both Warren and Zion school districts in my ward. School districts follow the township lines, not the city lines. It gets a little confusing. So where I live, we're in Warren Township, so the kids in my part of my ward go to Warren High School. I have people up on the way north side that live in Zion Township and go to Zion High School. So if Waukegan Public Schools is not paying the full cost of the officers, which they haven't been up until now, because the cost of the officers is not just their salary. There's pension costs, uniforms, the list goes on. So salary is only part of the package. But if Waukegan Schools is not paying the full cost, then taxpayers are supplementing that. And I don't feel it's fair that my residents who have children attending Warren or Zion, or Alderman Hayes' residents that attend Libertyville, should supplement the Waukegan Schools SROs, because Warren is not asking Waukegan to supplement their SROs, so it gets complicated. There's a lot to this. I hope that somehow we're able to work it out. I will say that. To answer Mr. Roxtalis' question about the environmental committee, I've asked that I be able to join the green team that the city has, and that we will begin to work together with Public Works to coordinate on creating a specific time for environmental issues to be brought through the Public Works Committee. Thank you.
Alderman Hayes.
Pass.
Alderman Bolton.
Yes, thank you to all my constituents, as those that I've met and I've been door to door. I've invited you to come to City Council, participate, and come in and participate in our council meeting. I just want to thank Housing Authority. I went to their block party. It was an awesome event. Care Fest that was on this Saturday, the ME Church, the Neighborhood Community Church did their block party on George. GIC did their block party right there on Lake Street and County. UMA did their ribbon cutting. Boys and Girls Club, I got a chance to get a tour of the new project that's being taken place there, and I want to announce that they're going to be starting an after-school program August 26th, Monday through Friday. Time will be 2 to 7 p.m. In this program, they will be providing homework help and mentoring, the STEM activities, creative and writing. They'll be providing sports activities. So we're looking forward to when that will start. Also, thank you all for the neighborhood cleanup, those that participated and supported. Thank you, Mayor and Alderman Turner, that came out, and they were walking down the street with items, chairs on their shoulders. So it was interesting. That was this Saturday. And those that live in the First Ward, as you can see, thanks to Public Works and our city for the lead piping project and the new streets. A lot of you will call me and are very appreciative for that. And be mindful, we'll be starting our alley paving program. And I understand that's going to start in the First Ward. So don't believe anyone that say, I am not out there, the city is not, that the First Ward is the last to be paid attention to. That is not correct information. Also, if you want to see my 500 some pictures, you can reach me on Facebook. See those events, because I take pictures everywhere I go to show evidence that I'm out there. It's First Ward Alderman Dr. Sylvia Bolton. Also, you can call me at 224-607-8445. And thank you for the calls I get every day. I even make personal home visits. So I'm out there trying to encourage you. Thank you.
Alderman Martinez.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk and Council. This is concerning the field on Evergreen and Brookside Avenue. It is a park that's divided, owned by the city of Waukegan and also the Waukegan Park District. I did meet with Mr. Jay Lerner, Executive Director of the Waukegan Park District, and also Mr. Quincy Beister, Superintendent of the Parks, and I actually went out to the site. And they gave me insight and very good news. That area is cited for a major park development. It is a 10-year plan. It is in the beginning stages, but I did get some information. It is going to be a major play field. Also going to have a bike trail and also a walking trail, so I'm all excited. So I look forward to doing what I can and also work with the city and all the parties that are involved to make it happen. It is going to be right across the street, right on Evergreen, and over there on that field right across the street from the soccer field there, the high school. And then I also had the privilege of and the honor of to pay my respects to Mr. Fernando Shipley, just an amazing man, just an incredible human being that gave so much to our city. I give my condolences again to his wife, Dr. Harleen Shipley, and the beautiful family. It was a very nice ceremony, attended by many people. Mr. Fernando will always be in my heart. He was a pillar in our community. He will be deeply missed, and I just wanted to mention that also. If you need to get a hold of me, my number is 847-390-2689. Just remind everybody that school is in session. Please be safe, lower your speed, please obey the stop sign, and a heed for the kiddos and the students. So sometimes you have to think for them. Sometimes they like to dart out in front of you. So please use your better judgment. Be the adult, be the responsible driver, and make sure you slow down for them. And also, I also want to address the excessive loitering on Grand Avenue in Lewis. As you guys know, there's a lot of homeless people walking around. I have been talking to the mayor and also Chief Navarro, requesting more police presence. They've actually delivered, and I thank you for that. I will say that there is going to be more increased vehicle patrol. There will be more on-site roll calls and increased visits to local businesses. Also, as the mayor had mentioned earlier, there are no trespassing signs. It has gotten a little bit better. So much needs to be done, but I appreciate the fact that it is getting addressed. We have to come up with a strategy. And what I would like to, I think that would work would be bike patrol. I don't know if that's something that we can bring back or is it happening? I haven't seen them on Grand Avenue, but I think if we have more bike patrol to patrol that area, something that it would curb a lot of loitering that's going on. So, but I do appreciate the fact that we are working on that. Finally, I am planning on doing my final dumpster disposal. I wanted to see if I can get it on the last Saturday of September, like the end of the summer kind of a deal. I'll have more information as it comes forthcoming, but please keep that in mind. Also, let me see what else I got. Also, as far as the SRO, I mean, as former Alderman Greg Moisio has stated, we're living in a whole different world now. There's something we can't be playing with, and whatever party, whoever he said, she said, the bottom line is that something needs to be done, and it needs to be done quickly. You know, that's something that we need in our schools. You know, this is a different climax. This is not, we're not talking back in the 90s. We're talking an era now where anything can be possible. And I am the kind of person, I like to heed and a side of warning. You know, what if? You know, there's a lot of what if questions that I have. So we do need to get something done as adults, as responsible adults, and it shouldn't be on the balanced on the back of our students. So, but in the meantime, would like to thank Chief Navarro, because I do live there. Not only am I against it, but I also am a resident in that area. I live right across. I live maybe five doors down from the school on Brookside, and I do see the police officers out there. So they are monitoring it. So I can say that it's a good site, and I feel secure that the patrol officers are out there for the meantime until something gets done. But again, that's something that we all need to get to the bottom of. You know, last week it should have been done. So let's all get together, work together, and whatever we need to do. But let's hope that it'll get better, and I look forward for a positive solution. So that is all I have. I ask you to be safe, be mindful, and let's all be good neighbors. Thank you and good night.
Alderman Felix.
Thank you. So a few things that I want to address. One is what one of the residents, Margaret, said about the 4th Ward meeting that I had. That I had some of the staff, key staff, attend. It was actually a really good meeting, and we don't always have it, but it makes me upset that it gets brought up like a negative thing. If you were to see the constituents that did attend, they got a lot of value from the staff being there. So it's not a negative thing. And when we make something like this political, and it affects what I'm doing, which is moving our message forward, our people forward in our city, it's pretty sad. It shouldn't be that way. I did have my 4th Ward meeting, and the staff that did attend, it was great. Thank you guys for attending on a Saturday, and they answered a lot of questions. There's a lot of themes that came up, and I will go over that information. But just to comment on that, it was actually a good thing. It wasn't a bad thing, and hopefully we could do that more. Not all the time, because we do value our staff's time, especially on a weekend. But it's something that is a positive. It wasn't a negative. To comment on the SRO officers, the mayor did mention to me a year ago about this, and here it came along. You know, we did this come where it got left to the last minute. I appreciate one of our former Alderman Ray talked about to actually look at it with not being non-political, just look at it as it is. It wasn't mentioned in the last school board meetings. Now that it's, our officers didn't show up, now it's a big deal. We've been talking about this for a while. It's not on our end as city aldermen. We need to be responsible with our money here, and it does cost money. We're not talking about the value of what the officers do, because we already know there's not an argument with the value that they bring to the schools. We want them there as well, but we have to be responsible with the money. Someone said that we shouldn't put a price on something like this. The real world, there is a price. Our officers are not going to show up for free. It is what it is. There is a price to put our officers in the schools, and it's at our taxpayers' money. So we have to be responsible with it. So I think we're doing a good, asking them to pay their fair share. That's the comment on the SRO officers. I did have a clean. We are having actually a dumpster clean sweep and disposal this upcoming Saturday. It's going to be on Water and Sheridan. So I'll invite you guys to go in there, get rid of all the stuff that is you want to get rid of for the season. I'll be there, so hopefully you guys join and get rid of all your stuff. Hopefully we could get more than one dumpster full. The neighborhood ward meeting, it was a really good, wish more people would show up, right? But, it was good to show that certain people that do call me on a regular basis, my constituents, that they did show up, man. I'm happy to see them there. They got a lot of their questions answered, and it was more of a conversation, and they were able to get their questions answered by our staff, which was great. In terms of the parade, that it is going to be in my ward, the upcoming parade. We should know that there is one parade, and we should be celebrating. They're actually. I met the not-for-profit organization. It's not the mayor's parade. It's Juntos. That is the parade. The not-for-profit that is doing the parade. We should. I want to say for myself that they're a good people. They're being dragged through this political. Back and forth because it's election time, but they're really good people, and they really want to do a good production in terms of the parade, and we should help them, promote it, and I hope you guys are a part of it. But Juntos is a good organization, and we'll be doing a video with them. It is in my ward, so I'll be doing a video with them promoting and kind of asking them questions about their organization and what to expect this upcoming parade. I'm excited. It's going to be in my ward. I'll be taking part as well. One of the topics that did come up was a trespass agreement in my ward meeting, which is a great tool. One of the churches in my ward has people trespassing off hours when they're closed, and then she mentioned to me, what can we do? This came up. This has been in my mind, and then during my ward meeting, one of the commander of Waukegan, he mentioned this trespass agreement that we can do, and I encourage all the other aldermen that have people trespassing or people that we don't want them there, bothering people or you shouldn't be there. Mention this to talk to the chief of staff Bridges, and educate yourself on this so we can offer this to our businesses. So we can clean up our streets and make our businesses more welcoming. I had one of the business owners here. They got their liquor license approved. It's a family business, Conchal. It's on Washington. It's great food. I love the pozole there. I recommend everyone try it. Really good. If you really like spicy food, please go over there. But one thing that I've been trying to help them out since the beginning, and other businesses as well. And part of the things that I'm seeing is that the process nothing is perfect. The Waukegan process is not perfect. There's a lot of great people that are working in our city, but what I ask is that there's no perfect system. Only if you allow it to, if you as a constituent or a business owner don't get your problem taken care of, then it's a bad process because it doesn't get taken care of. But there's no perfect system. We're working on it. Please CC me, in the email, any questions you guys have, please make me a part of it. That way I can follow up with the different departments or the chief of staff. That way I can make sure to push something forward or give it light to, but get some things done so it doesn't take forever to get things done. And this Saturday, there's going to be a non-for-profit training, how to create your own non-for-profit. I encourage everyone to go. It's in the NERCO building. It's in the First Ward. It's on Genesee, I believe. So it's going to be the 24th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Recommend to I did one of the trainings. It was really good, really informative. Right now, it's the perfect time to start your non-for-profit. You want to do something, please, I recommend to join. Do want to say my condolences to Officer Fernando Shipley and all his family. And that's pretty much it. Thank you.
Thank you. Alderman Newsom.
Pass.
Alderman Turner.
Thank you very much. On this SRO situation, I really hope that some agreement can reach. Mayor, maybe you consider just putting the officers back in there and working something where maybe you stay there and to give yourself and the superintendent to an end of September to come to an agreement, and then maybe if it's more, you backfill or something. I really hope you can work something out quickly. So September 2nd is Labor Day, and that will be the end of this year's 6th and 7th Ward rewards program, so you still have time. Alderman Donworth and I are both offering $1,000 reward each. It's two $1,000 rewards for information leading to the arrest and conviction of anyone illegally in possession of a firearm. We still have a lot of graffiti around town, and I just want to remind folk that you can call, and Public Works will come out and remove or paint over graffiti. To use one color paint, white, like white paint over the graffiti, and only the graffiti, so they're not going to repaint an entire fence or garage or anything like that. Contact Public Works directly or contact your alderman. Last meeting we did approve the traffic calming devices, particularly speed humps. I encourage you, if you think your street needs them, contact your alderman or contact Public Works directly and initiate the process, at least start the conversations. In the 6th Ward, I ask that anyone in the 6th Ward please call me about these speed humps. A lot of people talk to me about them. They want them. Now is the time to get them on the list. I have identified one street where I'd like to put 3 speed humps this year that I want to build on that list, so please contact me at your earliest convenience. And I'll reiterate, I'm sure Alderman Florian did talk about it, and Alderman Felix, but I'll reiterate on their behalf, the dumpster drops, the clean sweeps, I call it dumpster drops. Those are really great. I've gone to one in almost every ward, I think, and a lot of people are taking advantage of them. As the mayor said, they're not particular to any given ward. Anyone in the city is welcome to use any of these dumpster drops at any given time. And then on Saturdays, they are from 8 to 12, and they shut down right at 12. 4th Ward is on the 24th. That's this Saturday from 8 to 12 at Sheridan Water Streets. And the 8th Ward, it's on Saturday, the September 7th, and that's at Mid Lane Country Club. You can't miss it. That's what I have. Thanks for your time and your attention.
Alderman Donworth.
Okay, can I have a motion to adjourn? Alderman Newsom, second.
Second.
Alderman Martinez, all those in favor?
Aye.
No.
I'm sorry, we need a roll call on this one because we have one online. Roll call, please, Madam Clerk.
Alderman Florian.
Aye.
Alderman Hayes.
Aye.
Alderman Bolton. Alderman Martinez.
Aye.
Alderman Felix. Alderman Newsom.
Aye.
Alderman Turner.
Aye.
Alderman Donworth.
Have a good evening, everyone. Good night.